These Red Rock replacement body side door hinges are a great option for 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK owners looking to upgrade or restore their door hinges with a fresh, durable replacement. Whether your factory hinges are worn, corroded, or you just need an update, these provide a solid fit with a factory-style look, ensuring smooth operation and a secure door attachment. Designed as a direct replacement for your factory hinges, these Red Rock door hinges help eliminate issues like door sagging and misalignment. They offer smooth pivoting and durable construction, ensuring long-term performance for everyday use and rough off-road conditions. The OE style design means they blend seamlessly with your Wrangler's factory appearance while providing functionality that you're gonna need. Made from high quality steel, these hinges are built for durability and resistance to wear and tear. The corrosion resistant finish helps protect against rust and the elements, making them a great long-term upgrade for Jeeps that see off-road use or harsh weather conditions. The black powder coat finish adds that much needed layer of protection against the elements to keep them looking good for years, as well as adding resistance to rust and corrosion. As far as the pricing goes on these, they're coming in right around that mid $300 price range for the set of all 8 hinges. This is a solid price for restoring all of your doors back to their original factory function and making sure you get a good seal without the door sagging over time. Installation on these are very straightforward, as these hinges are designed to bolt right into the factory locations without modification, and you're going to be reusing that factory hardware. If your original hinges are rusted or difficult to remove, some extra prep work might be needed, but overall, it's a simple replacement process that can be done with basic tools. So we're giving this one a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in only 1 hour of your time. Now, let's see exactly how these go on with an install video from one of our extreme terrain customers.
We are using a 10 and 13 millimeter sockets. We're using a socket wrench. If needed, we are using a pry bar. We are also using an extender and Allen wrenches.
So we're gonna take off all 4 of the electronics and stuff on the side of the door. There we go. And let's take this off. Take this off. Alright, there we go. Okay, so on the back seat, you have to take this little cover that's right here on the side to get access to take out all the electric parts. It's the same design, so there's a little latch here. Take that off. So you disconnect the electricity. Then you got to take off the belt. There you go. Okay, so we are using a pry bar because it is harder to take these off because they've never been taken off before, instead of using heat as an alternative. And loose. Little bolts. Second one. And loose again. This one hinge done. Now so I can sit here. Alright, so make sure you have your hand low, so it's going to be heavy. Slightly open it, make sure you grab it, and carefully pull it out, and lay it nice and soft and light on the grass. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. There's the way where you leave the electronics and strap on, and then you do that after you take the hinges off. We did a lot of Googling on it, and that seemed harder, so we did it this way. You just got to make sure that you're pretty strong and you can hold the door. That way the paint doesn't get busted up by hitting concrete. So now we need to take the double bolts off. To be clear, when you're just taking your doors off and you're not replacing both hinge sets, there is on the bottom an Allen wrench that you can easily pull out and just pull the doors up, but because we have to replace both, we chose to do it this way to skip a step to make it easier and more efficient. All right, so we got the bar, and we're gonna start loosening them up. And you're gonna make sure you're gonna hold the hinge when you take the screws off so the hinge doesn't come down and scratch your paint up.
There we go. Going off. So there's a spring.
And he's gonna do this on all four. It's not required, but it makes sense.
All right, so I'm gonna put WD-40 in there for the threads, for the new screws.
Yeah. It's gonna do this for every door, so they thread easily. Okay, so now we are going to put the new hinges on. You can see they're black. We have separated them to the way they fit. You will see in the back of the hinges there are some lines, and you'll see the old lines. So they essentially dummy proof this for us, which is awesome. And you'll see a brass cap on top, but that is on the bottom. If you don't put that in right and you put the door hinges on, the door hinge will drop out and you don't want that. One thing everyone needs to note is they ask you to reuse the hardware that you had before. So we have the hardware collected, we cleaned it, added some WD-40, so the hardware is a lot better shape than it was before. So Colton will now start putting the hinges in. And you're gonna want to make sure you align this exactly the way it was aligned before. That way, when you go to put the doors in, you have no issues. You should have a rough outline of the original hinges that were out there. You just kind of follow that rough outline. Right now, he's just putting them in there finger tight so he can put all three in, and then he's gonna torque it down.
The line. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten them a little bit each, just so you don't move while I'm tightening it. And then after, we're gonna really start putting some
Are ones that you're never going to want to take out again, barring some unforeseen incident. So we're going to make sure these are bolted down pretty good. He's a strong kid, so should have no problem that we're using pry bar. Okay, but you could already see the black compared to
the hot take, Dad. And we got the bottom one next. Same thing, we're gonna just lightly put it in, just so we can get a rough outline where we're gonna torque it, and then we could adjust the where the black piece is, so we can adjust to where we need to put it. Now make sure that nothing moves. If it moves, you're gonna have to loosen it up again. And if all good, tighten it up. There you go, that's one. There you go, that's the other.
All right, next one. Took it along 4 minutes, 3 in, not bad.
And we're leaving enough room so we can adjust it if needed. A little tight. Okay. I'm gonna adjust it. There we go, nice and snug.
All right, on to the third set.
All right, so in addition to cleaning the sides, we're also gonna clean the other side of the hinges, just so it's cleaner and it's just works better. And also we're using cloth to make sure we don't scratch the paint.
Yeah, we're using a type of cloth that won't scratch the paint. So make sure if you're gonna do that, even though it's not in the instructions, that you get the right type of cloth. You don't wanna do micro scratches. Although it's a Jeep, they take a pound. So he's gonna do this for all 4. Okay, so we have put the new ones on. We haven't obviously screwed them yet, but we lined them up to make sure each door is set up right. The hardware is more of a silver, obviously, than what we have before, which was painted the same. But we've WD-40'd everything to kind of get this going. One key here is to make sure, again, your outline matches the outline that you have in place. All right, here we go.
Okay, so we're gonna put all the screws in. We're not gonna screw them hand tight. We're just putting them in so these don't spin out while you're screwing, because we don't want them moving around and then scratching your paint on your Jeep, because no one wants that. So we're just getting them a little bit in there. Make sure you're standing still. You gotta move this one a little bit. There's this underfilm that you gotta align as well. So we gotta kind of that. Gotta put these in, so we can still adjust later if need be. The alignment here is crucial to making them fit. All right, that's 2 of them. And we're gonna tighten these up. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your Allen wrench or whatever you're using, and we're just gonna start tightening them up the way you want it. I'm gonna periodically switch between the 2 so it gets more and more the way I want it to be, so it's easier to adjust. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on to this one, and we're gonna do the same thing. Gonna spin this one in a little bit. Spin this one in. Everything's aligned. See, this one's a little bit off, so what we're gonna do is loosen it up again, just a little bit, just to adjust the angles. We're gonna adjust this one too. There we go. Make sure it's snug. There we go. Snug and snug. There you go. We put on the hinges, and then we already put on the screws. Hand twisted them in. They're still pretty light on, so we can align them perfectly.
And you should see an old paint line in your doors. Just make sure it's aligned to those paint lines, both top and side. Okay, so now we're gonna put one of the doors on. One's already on. We just wanted to test it to make sure we did it right. We're gonna put the other 3 on. All right, repositioned, drop it in. Perfect. Door is on. Now he is going to make sure the nuts are on the bottom so the door doesn't come flying off. All right, top one. Obviously, when you're taking doors off, it's advised not to wear sandals or socks. Not the greatest idea. All right, now let's see it. Like butter. All right, next one. All right, now he's gonna put another door on.
There we go.
Lined up. All right. He's gonna tighten them all down.
Yeah.
And the key on these threads is not to force it, because you don't want to strip the threading. So. All right, open and close it, see how it looks. Gotta make sure it's lined up. Easier said than done. All right, repositioned, drop it in. Perfect. All right, push down, there we go. All right, door installed, hinges work, no problem. Now, final touch, we've got to go back and hook it all back together. Electronics, as well as the straps. This will take 5 minutes. All right, second one. This one's a little bit more of a pain because it's to the panel. All right, second one's done.
All right, that's gonna wrap up our review and install of the Red Rock replacement body side door hinges for the 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKs. And for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.